we go. Hi, hopefully, ah, my computer crashed. So, okay, great. Okay, good. Yeah, it's been a funny month, guys, like with technical stuff. And I was supposed to do a couple interviews last week and the technology wasn't working. So, yeah, please, yeah, great. Hi, hello again, Shavella. Nothing like just a little excitement, right? On a Saturday morning with technology. I'm excited to be here with you guys. So much going on, eh? Yeah. Yeah, come back. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'm going to wait a couple minutes. Hopefully people get redirected to this next one because the first one crashed. Hi, Denise. Yeah, good evening. Hi, Maylin. Good, you found me. Good. Hi, Maylin. I've been thinking of you. I hope all is well. So much going on, right? Yes. And you know, the key, I'm just so happy to be here with you guys. It's like, how are we together going to unite, even if we're not in person, energetically to support each other through, these times, right? Because there is just a ton of energies going on. I'm just going to wait another minute because of that crash, and then I'm going to get started. Lots to talk to you about. Hopefully the noises outside will slow down a little bit. Hey, Dennis, good you're back. Yeah, that was unexpected. Things crash, right? Yeah. So, okay. Welcome everybody. And many of you I know will be watching this later as a replay, either on Facebook or on YouTube. And I want to just really acknowledge all of you, first of all, for just the time to do progressive things that support yourself, right? And things that can help you, because together energy grows when we're together, right? And so it's like by joining with people who can help lift your spirits and spending less time on things that sort of make you feel down. This is really, really important. So yeah, welcome. It's the month of the wood goat. I've got lots to talk about. I first of all want to just acknowledge how grateful I feel. Hi, Carol, lovely to see you. To live in Canada, and that right now, we're really lucky in Canada right now with COVID. Things are going really quite well. But I just want to acknowledge that many of you around the world that are watching this are not doing so well. And that things are challenging, especially my friends in Malaysia and in Singapore and places like that. Like there's lockdowns happening, and the father of my children now lives in Thailand, and things are not. We are lucky. We have to be grateful for what we have because this whole COVID thing, it's not over, right? This whole COVID thing and the fallout from COVID isn't over. And so I just want to acknowledge how grateful I am. Many of my clients in the last few weeks, even if things are going good, students and clients have been mentioning that they feel like the shoe is going to drop, like they're uneasy. There's this sense of unease. And hi, Donna. And this sense of unease, I want to tell you that many of us feel it, right? There's so much going on in the universe. And so the thing is not it's like you can't stop your thoughts, you can't stop your feelings, but you can learn to react to them differently. And part of the whole thing is, can you become the observer? Can you become the observer? So I'm also going to talk a little bit differently today about the predictions, because I'm getting more specific into your day master and what happens each month as an opportunity, because we are vibrational beings. And what happens each month with the energies, like this is the wood goat month, is that these vibrations sort of trigger us. They're like a catalyst. And so when we learn to work with them instead of against them, just like the seed in the garden, right? It's like the sun is shining, it's longer days. It's like, oh, I'm going to grow. And then it gets colder at night. Oh, I should set my fruit. We're the same. We have reactions to time and space. So I'm going to talk to you specifically about the opportunities in that. So the ancients, we're so lucky because the ancients provided us with these tools to read the energies of time, and for the last 3 years, we've been in the pig, the rat, and now this is the ox year. Those are the season of winter, water. And I've talked about this every time I talk to you guys. And with water being so strong, the effect is that fire is weak. And fire is the element in the cosmos. And this doesn't matter whether you live in a hot country or a cool country. These elements and energies are more under the influence of the planets and stars in the sky. Water represents darkness and fear. So darkness and fear has been greater, for the last few years. Whether you look at the planets of the moon and the sun, and I'm going to talk about that as well. And fire represents happiness. So we've all felt a bit less happy, and we've all felt less passion. And so, but that's the thing to look at that with is that's not making us a victim. It's actually supposed to happen. So the question to always ask yourself, not as like, poor me, or why is this going on? Why did I choose this? Why am I here now? What is the opportunity? The image for this month actually too is a goat. And the image we used is a goat in a graveyard. The goat is called a graveyard animal. And inside the goat is earth, wood, and fire. And the fire is actually going into the graveyard this month. And so this is actually considered the last month of summer and fire. And so I'm going to talk a bit about here is, the reason people feel like the shoe is going to drop is because energetically the fire is disappearing. We still have a good 6 months to go of water energy and more metal. And then next year will certainly things start to improve. But really the next 2 to 3 years are crucial years in all our lives. And none of us have had to go through, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I think some of you have had to maybe go through wars and go through different things. They certainly do exist in parts of the world. But like World War I or World War II, we haven't gone through those types of things. This COVID right now that's happening is the first real serious thing many of us have had to experience. And so why did your soul choose this time to come? What things are you here to learn? And I actually think at the end of the day, the reason we are all here is can you choose joining and connection and to remember the truth of who you are? You are a soul. We are spiritual beings having a human existence. Okay. And so always I'm going to come back to that. We have many, many lifetimes. This body that you are in is going to die. But your soul is not, and it lives on. And that's who here energetically I want to connect with you with. Okay, so what's the energy of the month, right? What's the message? Well, the overall message of the month for July with all the stars and things is emotional honesty, teamwork, and collaboration. Okay, and so the month is the goat, the year is the ox. That's a clash. And so again, too, things are happening, being shook up, whether it's in your work life or in your personal life. It's happening for all of us. And so look at that. Change can only happen through an external event changing. Either you create something that creates a change in your field or something new comes in. And so the monthly stars this well that are happening are the Great Consumer and Sky Sadness, which indicates that global financial issues are surfacing. Several of my clients are quite wealthy, and they've been telling me that in their real estate holdings, people have not been paying rent, right? And so that and evictions could not happen here in North America because of COVID. Governments created rules about that, but those are going to end. So people are going to start getting evicted, and different things are going to happen. And so the economy is not stable. So we are going to see whether it's actually in terms of the virus itself, which likely will resurface in a wave in North America as well in December and January, no matter how many people are vaccinated. But if you take care of yourself and you take care of your health, you will be fine, right? Or I'm not going to say be fine, but you can get through it, right? We can get through it. You have to look at it as an opportunity. So evictions are going to start, layoffs are going to happen, the economy is not stable. What do you have to do? So emotional honesty, what do you have to do in your life to be prepared? Several years ago in my own chart, good, actually 10 years ago, I saw that energetically it looked like I was going to have a hard year, one of the harder years horoscope wise in my life. And I actually thought, so I asked my Chinese teacher, a woman at the time, well, what should I do? And she said, well, reduce your expenses. If you know ahead something's going to happen, don't continue spending money or doing things like, willy-nilly, so to speak. And so I had the opportunity to move to a smaller place, to downsize. And I had the opportunity to pay off some debts before and those types of things. And sure enough, that year, my dad got really sick. And I was writing a book at the time. And writing the book, I had a client who was supporting me through that. I was making enough money to do that. I didn't have to go out and market and things. And then as my dad got sick, I had the time to go and help them without feeling overly burdened. So for some of you, not money isn't the issue for everybody, but it will be for some of you. And so in the next 6 months, particularly, more of my monthly talks, we're going to have an activation at the end that you can all do that'll help boost the energy of your home. So remember, 33% of your energy is you. 33% of your energy is where you live, and 33 is, so your actions, like your chart, your actions, and where you live. So boosting the energy of your home can help you to think more clearly and to be more connected to the cosmos. The other thing that's happening that we all have to be more aware of, if you will, is depression, right? And so how exercise is really important, right? Like they say, the number one best remedy for depression and negative thoughts is to keep your energy moving. And the other is talk to somebody, get your feelings out, find groups where you can talk, but talk to people who uplift you, not people who continually complain. And also be the change, right? Like, so watch who you're hanging out with, and the question to ask yourself this month, because the energies that are coming up with the clash and the stars and all that, is what old patterns or fears are stopping you from fully coming into your power? Because this is the month, the energies that are coming forth in the next few years are really exciting. We just have to get through this next while, right? And so what do you have to do? What pivots can you make? Like last year for me, going online and learning to talk to people a bit more and taking care of my health, those were all challenges I had to break through in order to, and actually the other big one, in order to be energetic now, right, was my sense of worthiness. Why do I feel, you believe it or not, right? I have struggled with I deserve, right? And so I looked at those issues, and some of them are related to my chakras. And my childhood issues and different things. Some of you know my story, right? And so here, each of us is here to discover our true self, that essentially we are spiritual beings who have taken manifestation in physical form, that we're not human beings that have occasional spiritual experiences. We are spiritual beings. And so with that, I started to look at, okay, can I keep my heart open? Can I still connect with people? Can I speak my truth without making other people wrong? Can I have compassion? All right. So this matrix of destiny, right? Heaven, earth, and man, each being equal, right? And I talk about this a lot, and it's really important because when you work with your thoughts, your energy changes your future, right? It's like the law of resonance as well, right? So it's important to understand how energy works. And that's actually one of the most exciting things for me with Feng Shui and my students. And I'm really excited because next week we're going to start the summer practitioner course, which will be 8 full days of classes. It's a lot. But these guys are dedicated to not only changing their own lives, but wanting to bring that change into the world, right? And so we are vibrational beings. Understand that. We are vibrational beings. Think of yourself like water. So what are you putting into your water every day? Are you watching crap on your phone and on TV? And are you hanging out with crap like people? Or, like I belong to the Unity Church and I attend different spiritual things. And I also continually educate myself. In the last year, every month I've been online in courses around the world with some of the top people in the world. And then I get to bring that to you, right? So our thoughts are powerful, and when we change the way we think, that changes our vibrations. And then, whether you know feng shui or not, if your vibration changes, your environment changes because new opportunities will call to you, right? So learn to see things differently. So each month is a different type of energy, right? And we incarnate to work with these. The hexagram for this month, and I'm going to talk more about the hexagrams in the next months than I have been. So each Chinese astrological configuration comes with hexagrams, and the hexagrams are thousands of years old. They were written at least 3,000 years old. 2000, I believe, 600 BC is the first findings of them. And so the hexagram for this month that is associated with the wood goat is well. Now, it's a little bit metaphorical and a little bit cryptic, but the image of a well, right? So imagine a well is your water source. It is our water source. And if everybody's going to the water every day to get their water, to survive and whatnot, it actually requires cooperation to keep the well clean. And that means we have to collaborate together to be the solution, is what the answer is saying, right? That's what the message is. We have to learn to connect. And, our cells, our human body cells, want to connect. That's actually how they work. And so when we separate, we die. So how in your life can you learn to be more of a positive influence and more of a connection to teach the change? We all have an obligation. And so it's not just pointing to the politicians. It's not just pointing, and you don't have to actually be in politics to do this. It's like, where in your own personal life can you be more of a positive change? Where can you be kind to the people around you? Where can you be loving, right? And so the hexagram is water over wood. It's about replenishing. It is also the hexagram that comes after exhaustion, right? And so teamwork is required. Hastiness will lead to disaster. Wisdom and intelligence is important, right? And so those are the messages for this month. For the next 6 months, I'm also going to say to you, focus on ways. Here in North America, there's a little bit of I think people are going to think, it's not that, I would just be prudent financially is a recommendation, and also to really look at, is the job you're doing you love? Are there other things you can do? But to focus on making money, to focus on being prudent with your money, managing your money. This is things that I would say are important for yourself as well, to spend some time looking at that. And the overall things is, it's better to prolong rules around the pandemic in that, continue washing your hands and being careful who you associate with. And I'm not going to get into whether you should get vaccinated or not vaccinated. There's lots. You have to decide in your own heart what's best for your body and learn to be connected with yourself. 2019, the hexagram was dimming light, right? And this is where this all started. And the whole thing with that was learning to see through the darkness to the light, right? And what does the light represent to you? Okay, the moon and the sun this month are in Cancer. The sun goes into Cancer on went into Cancer on June 21st, and yesterday was the new moon, right? And this is a beautiful new moon. Tune into her energy. She wants to help us see clearly. Higher forces are at play. It's a water sign, so our emotions are strong. That's also a part of why people feel like the shoe is going to drop. Can you welcome your emotions? Can you feel them? Can you act on them? Right? And it's about family, being connected to your family. And Cancer is about the safe womb of creation. New life can emerge only when yin and yang, mother and father, come together. And so part of this as well is yin energy is resting and contemplating. Yang energy is doing. Is your life balanced in those two things, right? Like, are you actually doing and active and inward and contemplating? The full moon on July 23rd is going to be very interesting. It's 1 degree of Aquarius, and it's significant because this is 1 degree, the Saturn, 1 degree within the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, the Great Conjunction. that happened in December 2020. And that conjunction was considered the catalyst in the stars that started all these energies of the world orders changing, with the male-female dynamics changing, with age 9 coming into play, right? And so the transformative energies of this time, like times are changing, they're not going to go back to what they were before. So full moons are when things are going to be revealed. So stay tuned in the next couple of weeks. I really expect what's been in the dark will, for many of us, get revealed. Are you ready to see it? And are you ready to act on it? And here's the thing, so many of you, even if I say to you, this is a good month, how many of you say yes to new opportunities, right? If you're stuck in wanting things to stay the same, you miss opportunities, right? And so things are going to be revealed, behaviors, people, issues, and things that are not serving you. Okay, so now you're going to need to know what your day master is here. Okay, and so because this is the wood goat month, I'm going to talk about your individual animals. And so Lois will post the link. I mean, I'm sure most of you who follow me know what your chart is, but you need a copy of your chart and you can go back to it later. But our minds and thinkings, our vibrational beings respond to the energy of each month. And so this is the month of the wood goat, and the goat relates with my chart in such a way that there's wealth in the goat. Hence why I always have a big class that I teach this month, right? Because it just is for me, what does wealth element means? It means you should work. It doesn't mean that money will just come to you, necessarily. I mean, the odd time it means the lottery, but how many people get that? It actually means you have to go out and take action, go control, right? So yeah, if you are stuck in energy patterns, blockages, obstacles, and problems are all signs they're happening in your life that you need to change your behavior, right? And so some of you too, with the ox-goat clash, may all experience some digestive issues this time. And also because it's earth, patience will come up for people. Okay, so if you are a wood day master, you are going through this month what's called companion and wealth. Right? Those are the primary energies that are happening to you. I'm going to recite what they are for each person, and then I'm going to tell you what they mean for actions. Wood Day Master is companion and wealth. Fire Day Master is resource and output. So there's 5 elements, and they all interact with each other and give us actions. Earth is influence and companion. And if you don't get this, don't worry about it. I'm going to do the individual animals in a second, and you're going to get that as well. Metal is wealth and resource. Okay, and water is output and influence. These are the opportunities that each of your day masters have. And this is particularly useful if you guys are some kind of practitioner, But if you were going through resource this month, okay, and so who's going through resource this month is fire and metal, okay? What is it? Well, this is a month then where you need to improve your life. Find ways to make your life more comfortable. Now, it doesn't mean, it might mean go get a massage, but it might mean improve your health. It might mean doing at work a system that supports your life. It might mean, hang on. Yeah. Hi, Melanie, and hi, Carol. So if you're going through resource, you're going to be feeling you need it. The opportunity is so often with resource is things get easier. It's kind of an easier month. So again, who's going through resource is fire day masters and metal day masters. But the opportunity is to take this flow of ease and improve your life, right? And so you might meet noble people. Noble people meaning people who can improve your life. You might hire somebody who makes life easier, right? But this is people who make you wiser, support you, and systems that can help you. So go out and look for them and then actually turn that into something in your life that's more long lasting, okay? The companion element, which is wood people and earth people are going through this month, means go network, collaboration, reach out your field. Now, this is primarily good for those of you that are in sales or entrepreneurs or looking for ways. This is about partnership. And even if you're not in sales, go find people that can make your life easier, right? Build more followers, go do socializing, but hang out with people. The top 5 people you hang out with reflect your life, right? And emotional honesty, that goes back to the theme for this month, right? And then collaboration. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. I quote Dr. Phil too, but it's like, Yeah, if you need to admit you have a problem, or you need to admit that person is a problem, and not then be mean. It's like think of them. You know what? I had a daycare for 15 years, from 2018 till 33 kind of thing. And I learned at that time that actually inside everybody is a 2-year-old. There's a part of us that's all a 2-year-old. Well, if you've dealt with 2-year-olds, you know that yelling and pushing and all those types of things don't help. You have to connect with them. A 2-year-old is not going to do what you want unless they feel connected. Well, here's the secret. Inside all of us is a 2-year-old, right? And so blaming never works. Defending never works. Look at the person and ask yourself, be curious, what's going on? And maybe that's not the right time to solve the problem, but if you have companion this month, this is a great month to improve your relationships with other people, to meet more other people, but also to be aware you might get distracted by the people you know, right? And so the idea of how to use this element is to use it to help you become more confident and better, to get a healthier mind, right? So output, if you have output this month, you are a water day master or a fire day master, okay? And output this month is be creative. Squeeze out a new idea. If you're a female, you might get pregnant if you're in that age group. But you get the people who, your children or your staff, because it also can involve staff, to create things to help you as well, right? And so, but this is a month to take action on ideas, to create a new product, to create something that can help you, support you, be aggressive, take actions, like squeeze out something new that can help you be better. And then the wealth element, people who are going through wealth this month are metal people and wood people. Wealth is the element that the day master controls. So go out and go control, sell something, go knock on doors for new clients. Like you actually have to go kind of out there and take action and be controlling, not in a negative way. None of these are meant to be like mean, So for me, if I was in the wealth element, it might be send out some extra newsletters, contact some people that I haven't heard from in a while, and I connect with them first. But even just through the connecting, they're reminded, they might see I have a service or different things. And I'm teaching my big class this month. That's also a wealth element type influence. Like go create a product that you can use. And then the last is the influence element. This is the influence element, and the influence element is water people and earth people have the influence element this month. What you control, this is now you're being controlled. Now, this could be in your relationships or in your work. Now, your boss is your influence. You have to listen to them. Governments are your influence. You might feel some extra stress, right? But this month is to be also, so it can either happen to you or you can take the energy and be it. It's about also being influential. So if you have the influence element this month, go out there and be more influential, increase your brand, right? So more people do more marketing. The negative side, yeah, it can be a bit stressful, but it's about if you're more influential too, it's like, how can you do that? At work, ask for more responsibility, right? In your home, take on more responsibility. The thing is, when you use these elements, you will get recognized for them and it'll take you to the next level. So I'm becoming more aggressive. This might be a bit much for some of you that are new, but I'm becoming more aggressive in talking about how to use the elements of the month and the year specific into actions that help. Because most people, it's like, oh, I can tell you you've got a good year. What can you do to get ahead with that? All right. Now let's go into the individual months a bit too. And I'm going to go through this in 2 layers, right? There's combinations and then each individual animal. The horse, the rabbit, and the pig this month have a combination with the goat, right? So that's a good thing. Yes, it is a good thing. But if you are afraid of change, you will say no to the opportunity. There are opportunities out there, and you have to understand opportunities don't come all the time. And in a way too, the universe starts sending them to you when you don't take action. So are you afraid of losing control, or are you able to say yes and at least listen to the opportunity, right? And so if you have worked through your fear of change and losing control, you will enjoy this month because it's going to bring opportunities to you. But if you don't want to listen to somebody or, different things to tell you things, it's like you're going to struggle. The snake and the horse also have a partial combination this month with the goat as well. And so, where the combination happens there is this is a month to actually improve your thinking, right? To improve your thinking, to improve to look, like I said, emotional honesty. It's like learn to connect with your thoughts in a positive way. We all have negative thoughts. It's like, oh, I wish that ache in my thought, side didn't, or that went away. I wish I didn't have a headache. I wish that kid would do this or whatever, right? And then you react to them. Go eat something sweet or go turn on Netflix or however we deal with it. This is a good month to break through that. The dog and the ox have a bit of a, I actually think in some ways, I'm going to say they have things that are called destructions and clashes happening to them. But you know what? Sometimes when something comes up that troubles you, it's a month to work through them. So ox is going to experience some type of change this month, right? But that can go to a rebirth. And the dog, what has to be destroyed in your life to move forward? A destruction, right? Like you already know what part of your life you need to work on to change. I was talking to somebody the other day, they're like 400 pounds and they're in the hospital, the mother, and she's dying, and which is sad, but the daughter's really upset, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm lost for words because I want to be kind here. But it's like when we don't take action on the things that we need to change, stuff happens. And maybe the real anger that's coming up is frustration, right? I want you to be proactive because that's when at least you're going to go, I died trying, right? The rat is going to have a harm this month. And I'm actually going to go through each specific animal as well, but I'm doing a bit of a more advanced thing here for some of you that are practitioners. The rat will feel undervalued this month, not good enough. Some of that type of stuff. Some people might be talking behind your back. Now, what do you do with that? Oh, being a victim is not the answer. Open up your eyes, be honest, look at the communications, deal with it, accept and change. Do you know that things keep happening in our lives as patterns until we look at them and then they dissolve, they go away? People who have dealt with the issues in their chart don't have them anymore. We can supersede the problems, right? Now, the dog and the ox, the bully punishment as well there, right? It's like you might feel, many of you have a lot of responsibilities that you feel you can't get out of. Aging parents, children at home over summer holidays, different things. What you can control is your attitude. You can control and be grateful for what you have, right? Yeah, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling a bit, overwhelmed, but you can work with it. You can actually learn, you go for a walk, do some things to support yourself. All right, now I'm going to go into a little bit more of the fluffy stuff, right? Each individual animal, and stay on because I have an activation at the end that on a specific time and day with water that's going to help boost the energy of your house no matter what sign you are. Okay, so the rat. Good prospects, even though there's the harm and this emotional stuff going on, there's good prospects for love and relationships, career and money matters. Emotional health, yeah, is affected. Watch you don't drink too much and don't gossip, right? Like focus on the positive. Don't make the problem worse. Where are you betraying yourself or where are you betraying others? If you're not doing that, this month will be fine, right? But if not, if you have to look at that, you're going to get some stuff show up. So it's a good month to be accountable because there's lots of good stars happening to help you deal with this. And romance luck is shining on you. So be brave. Tell that person you like them, right? Ox, yeah, interesting month. Clash and destruction, change and peace, but peaceful stars, right? So that's great because that means you can work through these negative aspects like, yeah, some stuff that you can't control is going to come up, but you have the stars to support you to make changes. Colleagues, people will look at you favorably. Financial prospects look good. There's lots of stress out there, but you can manage it. Every single thing that happens in our chart is actually a way for us to look at what do I need to learn? What's the opportunity, right? And so if you can look at your own personal blocks, Mr. Ox or Mrs. Ox, you can make great headway this month to reach your dreams. Do you have goals? That's actually the thing too. I'm so, I just finished teaching on Monday a full day class called Rise Up and Finish Strong. And I'll talk about it again at the end. But I went into depth with all of these more in that class. It was so exciting. It's a new way of looking at the stars and things. But the way to work through your energies, like rise up and finish strong. You are in control of your life. We can turn things around. 33% of your energy is what you do. And the other parts we can understand through feng shui and astrology and manipulate, right? Okay, the tiger. No combinations or clashes this month and excellent stars. So easy month for the tiger. Just watch your budget because easy stars, you know, you might be wanting to spend some extra money. And remember what I just said, the next 6 months, I think for everybody, it's wise to be prudent. This is a good month for tiger females and males, I guess, too. Not that they can get pregnant, but if they want to add to their family, right? Like it shows something beautiful happening. Rabbit, combination to the goat this month. Opportunities coming your way. Are you ready to say yes? There are people out there who can help you get ahead. Food, you're going to be out there socializing, so, you know, celebrating. Use those opportunities to connect with people. Yeah, another big lesson that I learned years ago is, do you know how to ask good questions? Do you know how often, it's so curious, right? I'll do a reading for somebody and I record it so often, and I know it's important to talk, but you're paying me money for a reading, and so often a client will do most of the talking, you know? It's like, I learned, and I used to be like that too. But if you're sitting, if you have an opportunity to meet someone who's successful, who's smarter than you, who has experience in things you don't know, do you know how to ask good questions? You know, and like so I learned when I got together with astrologers or different successful feng shui consultants and my teachers and things, instead of talking about my life, it was like, well, what is your favorite um, to take, right? Learning how to ask good questions. Yeah, and I'm going to talk about Rise Up and Finish Strong. I have a special offer at the end for you guys. So the rabbit, you have opportunities out there. So if you sat next to Warren Buffett, would you know what to ask? Like, what stock should you buy? Or I don't know. You know, how do you know how to connect with people? Okay, dragon. Again, no combinations or clashes, and good stars in love and relationship, and work might be a bit stressful. So nice, huh? You might meet someone this year that could culminate in a marriage in the future. Career will be stressful this month, but it will go well, right? And so, yeah, lots of things going on. With diligence and hard work, you should be able to satisfy your seniors at, you know, at work. So not much to say. Snakes, partial combination to the goat with the 3 seasonal harmony and good stars. Married snakes will be happy. Self-employed snakes could do well and prosper. Singles might find love. So another animal, great. So the question to ask yourself, do you feel worthy? Do you feel you deserve? Do you actually have the vibration that's like, thinks you know, you can pull that in? Because if you're walking around with this story that you're not enough, guess what? That will get reflected for you. So fake it, is the saying, fake it till you make it, right? Like, the question is, well, if I did feel confident and if I did feel worthy, what would that be like? You know, and just play with that energy a little bit. Horse goat has an external combination, the horse, okay? And so again, what is it you say yes to? What do you say no to? Because you're going to otherwise feel resentful of people's requests, right? If you say yes to things you don't want to do. But this is a month, because the opportunities are out there, to be aligned with your personal integrity, meaning don't give too much and don't take too much. Where's the middle road, right? So the stars do indicate a bit of stress and problems this month, which might give you some anxiety. And for the anxiety, you know, I would say some exercise and get some good sleep and you'll be fine, right? And be careful with what you eat, but if you take care of all those, you will be fine. Goat, it's the month of the goat. and go to your month. But that doesn't always mean it's, you're the star. You are the star, but that doesn't always mean it's good, right? It actually means that kind of the spotlight is on you. So you might feel stressful, right? It's like people are looking at you. And if your expectations are high, it's likely you will get disappointed, right? And so it's a good month overall, but you are a bit vulnerable to being deceived, right? And so there are promotions and increased salary energies out there, but make sure you do your due diligence, right? Like, don't just do things on handshake value. Yeah, there are opportunities to make money, and happy birthday, if this is your birthday month. And yeah, enjoy the stars. Monkey. The stars are good in career and education and health, but emotionally you will feel troubled. Good month to seek guidance and insight, to get clarity on what is needed to move ahead to the next level in your life. Ask those close to you whom you trust for advice. Let people help you. Rooster, a month of ups and downs, good money earning prospects, but don't spend it all. Remember to save some. Health-wise, take time to relax, get a massage, restore your reserves. There might be some miscommunications. It's only temporary. The rooster always has to be careful a little bit for overindulgence and escapism. It's a good month to stand up and hear what others are saying. Listen and make corrections accordingly. Two more, okay? The dog. Even with the bully punishment, overall the month is lucky for you, but you're going to feel too much responsibility, right? And so, like, what does lucky mean? Like, in versus too much responsibility. Luck is that your opportunities can come to you, or that your health is good, or things turn out okay, right? So what it means is you can turn around anything that comes and happens to you. And so the issue this month too that could come up is you become a bit of a bully to other people, like, and dogmatic, right? And so communication is key for you, and deal with misunderstandings in kind, upfront ways. All problems can be resolved with serious discussions. Good month to do some extra exercise, right? Career luck and wealth luck is stable, but you will feel more criticized than usual. So learn to deal with that. Listen. So often we defend without actually taking, the question to ask always for everybody here: why did I attract this? Right? It didn't just randomly happen. And then go in and go, do you have to change something? Like, how can you fix that? Pigs, last but not least. Combination. Unemployed pigs can find a job this month, and employed pigs might get a promotion or career advancement or salary hikes. Married life is harmonious. Health is good. So pigs should feel optimistic this month, which is great. Okay, a little bit of feng shui, right? They're south to me is the best palace with the monthly 4 there, along like with a monthly 1-4 combo and the Hey2 combo of 9-4. So really, to keep it simple, the best places to hang out this month are in the south, the northeast, and the west, and then the northwest is, iffy. But I'm sitting here in the northeast. My bed is in the west. And it's not like I'm moving my furniture every month, but I do have 2 bedrooms. I can choose different places to sleep. I have 2 kind of desks, tables that, you've seen me move around, right? So again, northeast, south, and west are the best places to be, okay? Now, I want to give you an activation. July 18th at 11:14 a.m., if you know how to find the horse sector of your house, which is South 2, put water on South 2 for 2 hours, right? And the larger the water you can put there, the better. So it could be a large, and it doesn't have to be beautiful. A large, for me, that could be a large, like a large Rubbermaid container, right? Filled to the brim with water. And then the key is to put a pump that's near the surface, making the water splutter or move, okay? And just for 2 hours. And yes, so this is on the horse, South 2. This is a fire activation. Really important to be activating fire right now, but it's going to activate the chi in your home, get things moving. So you put water on South 2, a candle on Northeast 1, the tiger, and if you can, open windows or a door at the dog in Northwest 1. Now, if you're really, feel free to email me, and if you have a floor plan and an address, I can put a template over it for you. I mean, I'm not going to do a big consultation, but if you want to know where the horse and the tiger and the dog are, we can do that for you. You send us an email. Important activation this month to activate fire, to bring more passion and happiness into your life, and to get aligned. We're going to be doing more fire activations each month over the year, couple of years to come, because we're getting ready for age 9, right? We are entering into the fire, and you're already feeling it. Our lives are changing. We're in the fire. So this is metaphorically, because energetically most of it's water out there, but the fire energies are coming, and this fire energy is changing the world as we know it, and we either align with it and be the phoenix rising through the ages. You know, ashes. Yeah, July 18th, Melanie, 11:14 a.m. Okay, south 2 water, northeast 1 tiger, a candle, and open windows and door at dog 1 if you can, right at the dog, northwest 1. And by activating the fire, we are bringing in passion and happiness into our lives, and we're aligning with the current energies of this time. Be the phoenix rising from the ashes. Change is painful, right? Change is painful. There's going to be more chaos happening in the world before there's less. I think there's at least a couple years of this going on in different ways. And so we can work with this, and we can work together, right? And so I have a special offer, because Rise Up and Thrive, Rise Up and Thrive, I mean, was done on Monday, and it was a whole day class where I went through all the months of the next year and activations, and I'll give you them to you each month, but if you want to know them ahead of time. Plus, I did the predictions for each animal sign and whatnot, and how to work with the energies in more depth than I have here. And so if you book a full price reading with me this month, you will get access to that video, right, as well. And so you can just go to my website and book one of those readings, and then you'll get access to that video for the day. And then you'll get both. You'll get to see me, and I'll help you with your house, and you'll get to watch that video and do that. I'm really excited for those of you that are students that are going to be working with me in the next week, as we go through 8 days of teaching. And for those of you who don't know about my practitioner course, my practitioner course really covers over a year of time that I work with you. You get access to videos, there's live teaching, and then I work with you in group settings, and it's often one-on-one as well, on where you're stuck and what you need. Like, feng shui is not easy to learn. And many of you there's not many teachers actually out there that offer you help afterwards, working through the process of, as much as possible, setting up your business and learning how to do consultations and learning how to work with the different formulas and things. And so I'm honored to do that. And I'm currently taking registrations for the fall course. That will start in August, with people moving forward for the next year. So I wish you all well. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll stay here for a minute. And love and light to all of you. And yes, keep your hearts open. Be kind. And I know you can do this. You got this. You decided to be born at this time to be here, right? Be grateful. If you bring anything into your life too, be grateful, right? Yeah, thanks, Lois. So there's the link to readings, and then Lois posted the Rise Up and Finish Strong. And yeah, stay tuned. More classes coming in August and different things. And yeah, love and light to all of you guys. Yeah, Dennis, I hope you guys are well. Lisa, thank you. Donna, yeah, nice to see you. Shabella, yeah, thanks for hanging in there. Good. The dog has a destruction, Melanie. Yeah, I talked about that. It does. What do you need to change? Hey, Carol. Hi. Yeah. Yeah, what do you need? If you have a dog in your chart, what is it in your life that you have to change, right? Like, that's what's going to come up for everybody in the next months, is our fears. Oh, good to hear that, Dennis. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. But even combinations, can keep us stuck. right? Hi, Jay. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.